Hi guys, I am cutting my loofahs, and I thought I just had 4, but as I started looking through here today, because what we're doing today, we're going to pick the loofahs. I've got some sedum to plant. Where all the pots that don't have aphids on them are going in the ground, which is just 1. The other 2 I've taken out of their pots. I'll show you those before I put them in the bag. And I got my pond covered, which was not, getting the pond covered is not a big deal. I just use animal fencing that you use to, prevent deer jumping and things like that. And it does a great job of keeping the leaves out. Yeah.
Where's that? I can't see them.
I know. The leaves.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. And in 6B, our temperatures, because they're cooling off, your loofahs, and I didn't think I'd have any, won't dry on the vine.
Yeah, there's just not enough time.
Yeah, that's a whopper. So,
wow, look at that one.
I know. Wow. It's nice.
So
what you do, you can bring them in and let them dry on their own for a couple weeks. But what I've done just one other time, because I was given a loofah, I did mine in the oven.
Let me get in there and get a good picture of how they hang.
Look at that.
Oh, I can't.
Look at, can you see?
I can't see it. There you go. Oh, there's another one right beside it.
Yeah. So this is, I thought I just had, I've seen these 4, and there's a black widow.
Oh.
Let's get him off on the Japanese anemones. There you go. But also, yesterday, I was cleaning on the other side of the fence because my neighbor's going to have a dinner, and there's 2 over there too, which we'll get after.
You might want to cut that little one right there.
Which one, honey?
Right.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the little ones. I'll do some research.
There's a real tiny one there, but
these big ones, unless you want to eat that, right?
No.
Okay, so we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That will be.
And 2 on the other side?
That's I counted those 2 on the other side. Okay. That we will get dried, and I'll show you that process. It's not going to happen for a day or 2. Oh wait, that's 9. Yay, more than what I thought. So we've got the loofahs picked, and I'm going to leave, like my morning glories, I leave these until the frost really kills them. It's so much easier to pull them off.
Get them off.
We've done that before. You can just pull it in one swipe. And same thing I'm going to do with the loofah, although I've never grown it before. But I'm going to let it just get frosted back, and then that'll come down. But I think the best thing I ever did was tell the plant, and you may think this is a little quirky, but I kept telling the plant, I love your leaves and your blooms. I don't care if you ever get any loofahs. But I know. So if you talk nice to your plants, they will you'll reap the rewards. So we've done that. I already went ahead, and hopefully I've dug this hole back here deep enough for this pretty pot. And I've looked at it. I do not see any aphids on this. If you've been watching, you know that the willow tree we've been treating for a massive aphid infestation. Oh, good. Look at that. It came right out. And if you're wondering, all my pots, I put diapers, and it helps hold the moisture. And it really does help, particularly like on the front porch with the hanging
the
ferns.
Yeah.
And my neighbor, who's been gardening, I don't know, 70 some years, she still teaches me stuff every day. She taught me to put the diapers in your pots. It holds the moisture, and it's done that. So like I said, I'm not seeing aphids on this pot. I haven't had to spray it. What I will do, and I have done this is the 2nd year for it. What I do is I'll come in here, and I'm going to cut back the foliage. I'll leave that heuchera foliage so that we can fool with it a little easier. Cut that back, cut it off. And
that just looks so drastic though, honey,
I'm not out anything. What I like in my garden, in my pots and hanging baskets down in the garden, is a repetition of what is in the garden, particularly in the shade border, where I have a couple pots that add some color during the summer. And so I have tons of hostas, tons of ferns. But since I'm putting this in the ground, I want to cut it back a little bit, give it a little drink of water, and let it be. It'll be fine.
Even the ivy?
The ivy it's been in there for 2 years.
Yes.
I'll probably give it a little cut back. You know, that's all you got to do. That's it. Is that deep enough? No, it's not. So I'll take a little more out of the bottom of the pot, the soil here. We have clay back in here, but I do have some compost in this bucket that I'll put in there, because it's not about this growing through the winter. It's about storing it, keeping it safe and out of its pot. And then we just put it right back in like this. Ta-da. Yay. And we'll fill right in around the pot. There's my peach tree. Sometimes I can get a little wild doing this stuff. And trust me, I've done this for a couple years with my...
Oh, it's more than a couple years.
Yeah, right? For my hanging pots that are in the garden here. They
see, that soil looks better than what you just took out.
That
soil's been amended.
Yeah, this is my compost plus the soil that came out of that spot. And this is protected by the fence in the winter. All a good thing.
Sound like Martha Stewart now. It's a good thing.
It's a good thing. This can go in my compost, where there's several things that will not be going in because of the aphids. The aphid attack, which I think we're getting a good handle on. So we've got loofahs picked, that pot put back in.
What about this sedum here?
Yeah, the sedum's getting ready to go in. This was a gift to me, and I really don't know the variety, because all I have in my garden is Sedum Autumn Joy, which I love.
Joy, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks beautiful. And but this one, why I'm putting it here is because I think it's going to pick up on the purple and the heuchera. And this is the sunniest part of this border, where this Hinoki cypress, we planted that I think in May or April or May. It is dynamic. I'm loving it. And then around it is Matte, which is a beautiful fallish colored daylily. And so this is what I took out from that haul. And there's others around. I want the sedum in here. Sedums they don't need any root stimulator to go in the soil. They don't need to be fertilized. Once established, they're drought tolerant, and their foliage is beautiful from early spring until here we are, middle of October.
Yeah, middle of October.
Yeah, and then they get these beautiful blooms, which there's a chance when I get this out of the pot, some of those blooms may fall out. There we go, I think. Look at that. So I'm going to put this in red. You can tell me. How does that look?
It's too low.
Too low. Bring it up.
Yeah.
Got it. And I've got my compost right here. I will add compost to this soil, because as you can see, this is a new area and there is clay. So the compost.
Well, really, yeah, the old junipers over there took up a lot of space.
Yeah, they did.
And we never worried about amending the soil.
Just
otherwise.
for their hole.
That looks good.
This looks better?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I've got more soil over there. Put right in there. Put this soil right on top where it came out.
Oh, that looks good.
Looks good, doesn't it? Great. And then all the cleanup I'll do off camera. I've got some more compost I can put down there. Not compost, but mulch. But we're going to run to the other side of the garden, do a little more fall cleanup. So this is the Sedum Autumn Joy, and you can see the differences in the two sedums. Their bloom stalk is green all the way up. The color is gorgeous. Whereas on this sedum, and I haven't looked up to see what it is, look at that pretty berry color.
Yeah, it's red.
Yeah, and reddish. Then in the leaves, you can see the same berry color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is an accent color, which I really like. So you have to look at the details. Whereas Sedum Auto Joy, which is beautiful, has a gray-blue color. Anyhow, onward and upward. You can see the zinnias are done. And I don't like looking at them anymore. So they're going to come out. I thought if there were any blooms that looked good, I would keep them. But boy, everything looks pretty bad close up. And so I'm just going to take them out. These, I see some aphids on. So I'm not going to put theirs in the compost. But let's get rid of them already. I brought these out in May. They've been blooming since May. Oh, that's really rooted. May have to get a shovel for that one. It's hard to do, but once you really study your plants, particularly the annuals, it's time.
Yeah, it seems kind of brutal, honey.
I know, it does. And it takes me a while to get to that point. But once I decide it has to come out, it feels so good. It's celebratory. Lovely.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Wowzer.
One little zinnia still there.
One little zinnia left. Oh, and then while we're here, let's get this dead plant out of here too. It was supposed to be a giant zinnia, and it didn't fare very well. But that orange giant, if you pan under the pergola ledge, you can see the gorgeous orange zinnia that's going to stay. This feels great. What I'll do in this area too is I will rake it, make certain there isn't any leaves, add a little compost to the area to get it ready for winter. And oh, I stepped on that a couple weeks ago, Reg. I meant to tell you.
Oh,
I broke the line.
More maintenance.
More maintenance. So you got that done, that done, that done. Everything it looks like the asters and yeah, these will not get put in compost either. This end of the garden has been affected by the infestation, but that's okay.
So what's going on down here?
Well, this was my hanging basket that I mentioned early on, that this will all get thrown into garbage because it's been infested. The black pot there, I just dug everything out because it's infected. And I don't want to put anything in these pots or baskets that I don't wash, sanitize, and I don't want any of these plants put back in the garden. So fortunately, there are my hostas, which I have tons of, and ferns I have tons of. And if everybody does good through the winter, I'll be able to do the same things over. I hate to get rid of the heuchera, but you can see aphids there. Right there in the center.
There's one, yeah.
I mean, they might be dead, but, and I will not use the cocoa liner again. These are things you just have to do for peace of mind.
Well, I know it's really been on your mind for the last couple of weeks.
Couple weeks. And
you said something this morning, I think it was like, do what you can. And
yeah, Reggie's very supportive of this, that if things don't, in a garden it's ever changing, and we've been here 32 years, just no different than the junipers dying last
anything
year.
else we've had to take out.
Yeah, you don't realize how many times your gardens have changed until you look back in your memory books, which I keep. So, this is just part of the process, and you have to do your research, do everything you can when you learn about such infestations, and then you'll rest knowing that you've done all you can for your plants, for your soil. And
well, you haven't rested in the past few weeks.
I know, but there isn't any honeydew, and it's been a week or more.
Yeah, since we had a rain.
2 weeks since we had a rain, and so there's no sticky honeydew, which tells me that the aphids the leaves are not appetizing, or the bio advantage has helped a lot. So the good news is,
Wait, what's going on here?
oh, they're just so sweet. They love each other.
What the heck?
I know we don't see this very often, but guys, that's it. You know, little by little, it's that time of year, and you just have to just dig in and do it. And I feel great getting things done, because there's just little stuff to do every day. That's it for gardening on the West Fork. I'm feeling good about it. I hope you are too. We'll see you the next time. All right, so it looks great. I found more loofahs on the other side. I found 3 more loofahs. This one plus this one and this one. So I have 12 loofahs, which is great. And I'll get those dried out, and you know, my family's watching. Everybody might get a nice loofah sponge or a loofah scrubber. Now, if you turn around, Reg, I brought some mulch down. I have more mulch up, but I thought it always looks so fresh once you mulch the area where you put in a new plant, and it makes that new sedum just pop. I love how it looks in this garden, and it'll be even prettier next year. Let that hang. I'm not going to bother with it. And the other thing, I slipped in a little more lamb's ear right here. You know, once you get started doing things, it's amazing how much more you get done. So I did get this turned over. I put some compost on top. It's ready for winter. I ended cutting back my nepeta, or the catmint. It was time to do it. I wanted to see every plant back in here if there were any aphids, and I didn't see a lot of aphids in this area. What I did do, though, I did mix up some of the Neem's Max, because I've not done anything in this garden for aphid protection except with the hostas, which I cut off, and they were really smothered with it, and went ahead and did a little wash on, I think the plants started right about here and back, and I feel good about that. So, you know, one thing leads to another, and I feel great. The pot's been cleaned out, marking those things off my list. I got the pot covered up for winter, pond done. It's been a productive day, and I'm so glad it worked. And as we're walking down the steps, I lost one mic, so Reggie gave me mine. The hookup isn't hooking, so I'm hoping we're still green, you know, because I'm always dropping the phone. But that's it for gardening on the West Fork. Everything, the loofahs, planting, and deadheading, and spraying, and cleaning up for fall. And Reggie carried that big bag of all the aphid infested stuff to the front of the house. So it's been a good day. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you the next time.